The summer's calling. The summer's calling. If the kingdom is overthrown, meet me at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you. This bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling.
It's gonna be hard to show, but this little porch here is the one that we desperately need to rebuild, and that's where those new posts are gonna go. We're gonna build it as high as we can, keeping enough pitch, and then we're gonna build it way out to like here. We don't want water hitting the stone wall anymore. And then we're gonna go as far as we can, and those 4 posts will be 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Gives us something to look forward to. And then for those of you that are new to the channel, yes, this is the other side of the house that you've never seen. Right now it's an apartment. This will be our kitchen, dining room, and then up here will be Sarah and mine's master bedroom, bathroom. It's kind of dark.
I turn off the lights.
What we wanted to do today, and I wanted Sarah's help with it, is do a rough tile layout. And that's basically just, you know, you lay out tiles from left to right and from front to back, and you just kind of see, are you going to have a big cut, a small cut, a sliver, you know, this and that. So I think the first thing we want to do is get a straight line. We're just gonna lay out a straight line of tile for now, because I want to see, like, if I want to start with a full piece. If I start with a full piece over here, what would it look like over here? All right, it's live now, so
It's kind of like a premiere.
it's sort of like a premiere, but even more live.
See, Mommy, let go.
You can just hand me one at a time, okay, sis? Now, when I'm using my phone and going live, I really can't see the chat too much. And Sarah is obviously here with me, but the baby wants to just scream every time she gets close to the camera. You can probably still hear her downstairs. Good job. Just put it right close to it and then just pull it back a little ways, because there's always a little bit of a gap. If we start with a full piece entering the laundry room, then we're going to end up with a... You want to grab me my tape measure, please? Thank you. And we're going to end up with like a 6 3/4 inch piece right here. Okay, another one?
This is the terrible 2s at once.
I've never seen her act so poorly. Looks like if I do that, then all the cuts will be on this wall, obviously.
This is good floor, Dad.
Thanks, honey. I'll see you when I get home.
Bye. Bye. See you next week.
Thanks. Are they heavy?
Not that heavy.
That's almost perfect right there, where a full piece will end right to the door. I've done tile a couple times, and I don't have a hard time getting perfect straight lines. Come on, guys, you know I'm OCD by now. I'm not going to be messing up these lines. I hope you got your big muscles.
I know it looks like a junk pit out here. I promise you that I'll be going to the dump at some point, but we're carrying in the new tile saw.
Some channels are very successful in doing unboxings, explanations of the tools that they use. I don't tend to do that. You know, this is just real life. I bought a tool. I hope that it works good. I hope that it does what I need it to do. I went with Kobalt. As you can see here, I have a Kobalt table saw. It's a job site table saw. It's a real cheap table saw, really. But you know, one thing I really liked about it is this type of mechanism here, where, you know, it's on wheels. This table saw has just been real good. The new tool is a tile saw, and it has the same exact mechanism for the wheels and everything. So that was one of the reasons I bought it. It's got, you know, a 10-inch blade. It's got big trays that catch water, you know, but I want to be honest with everybody here. So I asked Kobalt to sponsor me and they didn't, so I am not going to refer to this as the Kobalt tile saw. Life of Laura has been a huge supporter of my channel since day one, so this is going to be known as the Life of Laura tile saw.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these.
Whoa, that's a nice little door.
I have two bolts here that we didn't end up using, which is odd.
Heavy.
It's heavy. So we've got this upstairs. This is the pump, and you can do two things with this pump. One is you can put it in the actual tray that holds 5 gallons of water. But another thing that you can do is put, you know, you pull the plug on the tray, put the wire through there, put like a bucket of water, and you put the pump right in there with the hoses and everything. And I kind of like that. I'll go over some of the features, I guess. One thing that's nice is it comes with its own GCFI plug. This has a weird on and off switch, which a lot of people complain about, where you can have just the pump on. So right there is just the pump. There's a laser, and then there's a light. The light is not very bright. One thing that I kind of liked about this saw that most saws don't have is it has this little nozzle here, and you can, with the pump, there's a little diverter valve, and if you hit the valve, then the water comes through this little nozzle, and then you can like rinse off this board.
That's too.
You know, you can kind of rinse the tool down, and then when you're done, you can switch back. I really like that option. Other options, this saw can cut 45-degree bevels, so you can turn the saw. This can plunge cut if you want it to. That's where if you're like cutting out a perfect square. Most of the time you're not doing that though. Yeah, you know, I think that's all the features. I don't think it really does anything else. Okay, so let's you want to cut a tile? So this is a square. We know that this corner right here is perfect. So if we put it down in here, it should touch this side and this thing at the same time. Wow, that's really good. I forgot to mention, this has a variable speed motor, and it has like a little thing right here on the handle, 1 to 6. So if you're cutting granite, which granite's not one of the options, but marble is and slate is, it says speed 1 to 3. We'll go to 2.
Can I see these? This.
Ceramic.
Porcelain, pavers, marble, slate, oxide or glass.
Mosaic.
Or metal tile.
Metal tile. I've never heard of that. Yep, turn the pump on first. You always want to make sure that the pump's on first, because if the water's not running, then this blade will get really hot, and then that's what ruins it. Light? The light's kind of silly. It's not very bright. So go ahead. Yep. How good of a cut is it?
It looks good.
It's very good. And that laser worked really good. It showed me right where I was gonna cut. That's cool. Very clean cut. What a nice tool. Go ahead and turn the pump back on. There's a little diverter valve right there. Can you turn it the other way? Yep, turn it that way. Yep, see? And this comes on. And then you can rinse the table off. Yep, you want to start at the top and work your way down. If you clean this, it'll never get dirty again. But if you clean right here, right, see how clean that is? And then you go right here, look, now that's dirty again. So you just want to start back here and work it all this way. Now I can't really say whether or not this is the best tile saw I've ever used because it's pretty much the first big commercial tile saw I've ever used. Only other tile saw I've used is just one of the smaller tabletop ones, which I thought worked pretty good, and they're significantly cheaper than something like this. I'm going to be doing so much tile in this house, it just makes sense to buy something like this. It's an investment for me. I got to run Lily home because it's way past lunchtime, so maybe I'll eat something and get her some food, and then I'll come back up here and maybe start the tile. I really want to start it. You ready to go home? Me too. Alright, so maybe I'll come back up and do some more. If not, then Sunday will be the day.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!
Bye.